This is Stephen, and this question is testing how well you can read graphs, but also interpreting information from a word problem. It's actually kind of a confusing question. A scientist collects data. He determines both the mean of the data, which refers to the average, and the median of the data are equal to 7. And the data are symmetric about this value. So there's some important bits of information. The mean of the data is the average. The median of the data is the middle number, and it's equal to 7. And the data is symmetrical, or the data are symmetrical about that, meaning that, so if you have a circle and you put a line directly through it, this side is the same thing as that side, so they're symmetrical. So he starts to create the bar graph shown, but does not finish the graph because he's lazy. So if we look at this data chart, let's start with the median. So we have 7. And that is our median. So this is the middle portion of the graph. So you'll see that he has 2 bars on the left with the 5 and the 6. The 5 goes up to a frequency of 4, and the 6 goes up to a frequency of 7. And then on the right-hand side, you have 10, which goes up to a frequency of 2, and 11, which goes up to a frequency of 1. So since this thing is supposed to be symmetrical at the median, so here, the left and the right need to look the same. So let's finish out this bar graph real quick. So for the value of 8, it needs to be the same as the value of 6. So 8 needs to go up to a frequency of 7. 9 needs to match the 5. So it goes up to a frequency of 4. The 4 over here needs to match the 10, so it goes up to a frequency of 2. And then the 3 needs to match the 11, so it goes to a frequency of 1. So let's take a look at the rest of this. If the range of the data is 8, so that tells us the difference between the largest and the smallest value. So because we completed the chart, we see that 3 and 11 are the smallest and the largest values, and the difference between them, 11 minus 3, is 8. So we've drawn or completed the graph appropriately. And the maximum, and then how many data points fall above the value 7? So value 7 is referring to this part here. So we need to see how many data points fall above 7. So we have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And that provides us with the answer of D.